This topic is about exponential function. Okay. Before we start, let's do the review. Okay. The basic formula for exponential function is y equals ab raised to x. Okay, raised to x. Okay, now before we start, let's identify what are these letters for a and b. Okay, so a is your y-intercept. Okay, and b is your ratio. Okay, ratio. Now, the ratio for b, it means if it's increasing or decreasing. Okay, let's talk about more on b. Okay, let's talk about more on b. Let's change the color here. Green. Okay, for b, this is the ratio. Okay, or the rate. Okay, if b is greater than 1, this is growth or increasing. So the graph of that, this is x, that's y. The graph of that looks like from left going up. Okay, so when b is greater than 1. Now, when b is less than 1, so it's like decimal, less than 1, 0.99 and below, okay? We call this as decay or decreasing. So the graph of that, okay, the graph of that is from, let's do blue, from left going down to the right. So this is when b is less than 1. Okay. Now again, this formula, it's given on the STAAR test. You don't have to look for it. Okay. But now, how do we know if it's increasing and decreasing? Now, let's make it more specific. How does it look like? Okay. Let me erase this part here. So there are two things. Okay. So this formula can be written in two ways. The first way, okay, let's do the y equals 1 plus the rate. Okay, raised to x. So remember that this plus means 1 point something. Okay, so it means this is going to be increasing or growth. Okay, again, we're talking about this. Now, if the b is, let's say, y equals a, this time is 1 minus the rate. Okay, look at the difference. The plus is increasing, minus is decreasing. So this is decay. Okay, so that's what you just need to understand. Okay, again, increasing if inside the parenthesis is 1 point something, increasing. If it's inside the parenthesis is 0 point something, it's decreasing. Okay, now let's solve this problem here. We just learned this. Okay, now look at this. An exponential function is graphed on the grid. Look at the graph. The graph is from left going down. So this means this is what? Decreasing. Okay, so it means y equals ab raised to x. It means your b is something point 0 point something. Okay, 0 point something. And then if you notice that your y-intercept, the a is 1. Okay, so this is 1. Or sometimes if it's 1, we don't really write anything. So let's try, okay? So let's look at the choices here. So like I said, it's if you look at this is 0 point something. Okay, it's not 1 point something, 0 point something raised to x. So I'm going to eliminate letter C because of this is 1.5. So eliminate letter C. This is 25. So eliminate letter D. So between A and B. But then again, the y-intercept, the y-intercept is 1. So this is 1. And yeah, that's 1. Basically, the answer here is letter A because your y-intercept is 1. This one is 2. So this is not the answer. Okay. Now, let's go to the next question. Next question. The table shows the value in dollars of a motorcycle at the end of the X years. Okay. They have a given table which exponential function models this situation. Okay. On the table, I noticed that there's a 0 and 9,000. If you look at that, that's X and Y. It means 0 and 9,000. This tells me that this is my y-intercept or the A. Okay, so my y equals A b raised to x. So my A is 9,000 for sure because of that 0. Okay, now let's verify that B. Well, looking at this number, looks like this is going down, no? Going down. So it means if it's going down, it's decreasing or decay. So it means my number inside this parenthesis is going to be 0 point something. Okay, let's investigate the choices here. Letter F is not 0 point something. So that's not the answer. Letter G, yes. Looks like, no? Letter H, it's not also, and this is also 8,100. That's not our y-intercept, so that's not the answer. And letter J, same thing. The y-intercept is not 8,100, even though this is 0 point something, this is not. So the answer here is letter G. Okay, so that's how easy is this. If you know the exponential function law. Okay. Now later on we're gonna graph this in Desmos just to verify. Okay. Next question. An insect population after X months can be modeled by the function g of x equals 18 times 1.3 of x. So looking at this 1.3, this means this is increasing. Okay, or we call this as growth. Which statement is best interpretation of one of the values in this function? Choose the correct answers. All right. I guess the selection here is this is the A here, the A which is this A is 18 and then increasing or growth. Okay, because of the 1.3. Okay, so that's how do you analyze the problem. Thank you.